welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a story time. This story time, this is something that happened a while ago, but it's a learning lesson for me. Believe people when they show you who they are the first time, okay? So right before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to my lovely channel and make sure that you press the bell, turn on the post notifications, like this video and drop a comment down below and tell me what you think about this story. Well, I'm taking y'all back. It was, a few years back, I met this girl and we met at a wedding. And we became friends because we had mutual friends. And so she seemed cool. She seemed a little bit reserved at first, but I don't like to judge people. So I was like, let me give her a chance. Let me be her friend. We started texting and we would talk over the phone and we would FaceTime. And, at the time she was like my venting buddy. I would tell her so much stuff because I was going through it with my other friends at the time. And I just needed somebody to be there for me and to give me advice and to just be an ear for me. So, we was kicking it or whatever. But it was something about this girl that I always felt wasn't too genuine. But I was so young at the time. And I was like, maybe I'm just bugging. So she has a birthday dinner, right? And she's telling me there's like 12 to 15 people going to be there. So I'm like, cool. I have a feeling that I shouldn't really go. But being that she's my friend, or at least I thought she was my friend, I decide, what, let me show up. Let me show her that I care. Let me show her that I'm going to support her and that this is her birthday and that I'm going to celebrate her. So I get to the restaurant, I'm looking cute. I got on like a sweater dress. I'm coming in, I'm looking around for this big table because she said 12 people gonna be there. So I'm like, yeah, it's about to be lit. I'm about to be around all these people I don't know. People have like a nice crowd, nice little dinner or whatever. I get there and it's only 3 girls next to her. I'm like, hey, where everybody else, girl? Where they at? She's like, oh, they canceled. I'm like, okay. So I sit down and the restaurant is like somewhere up in what's that place called? Dykeman. It's in Dykeman in the Bronx. Okay, so we at the restaurant Dykeman in the Bronx, and the food is taking so long to come. The energy is weird. When I get there, she's looking at me up and down. She's not really saying much to me. That was a sign of jealousy and envy, but I didn't realize it because I was so young. And so, we all wind up, kikiing and having a good time and taking pictures and smiling. And I'm like, yes, it's not a lot of people here, but I showed her for my friend. I showed her that I was there for her birthday. And I really thought that this friend was going to be someone who's going to be in my life for a long time. Now, we had a mutual friend. Let me start giving these girls names. So the friend name was, we're going to call her Monique. And we're going to call that mutual friend, we're going to call her Nikki, okay? So it was me, Monique, Nikki, and another girl. So me and Monique, the one that I'm close with, we eating, and Nikki is there too. But I'm real close with Nikki too. Like, I go to her house all the time. Her sister cooks for me. We hang out. Like, I really love Nikki. But Nikki and Monique have been friends for 11 years. Do y'all get me? They've been friends for 11 years. And so let me just fast forward. We about to leave the restaurant. It's 12 at night. I got on a sweater dress. And so, we about to, catch a cab. And we on the corners late at night. So a cab pulls up and I'm getting ready to get in, with the rest of them. And you know what these girls do? Monique and Nikki and the other girl, they get in the cab and they all leave me. I came all the way to your birthday dinner, spent money when everyone else didn't show up, and you leave with everybody except for me, and you leave me on the corner at 12 at night, in front of a restaurant in the Bronx. I get home, they didn't even call or text to see if I was okay. The birthday girl was Monique. The only person that texted to see if I got home safe was Nikki. Because even though Monique and Nikki was close friends, Nikki knew that this was wrong. Nikki knew that you wouldn't just leave somebody like that. So this was the first warning sign, y'all. I went to celebrate my friend's birthday and I was left stranded on the corner. Any other real friend would have been like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to leave until we can all get a ride together because it's late at night. You came out to celebrate me, and I don't want to leave you like that. You know, it's dangerous. It's men outside. You know, we're young women. So that was the first sign that she was fake, that she wasn't a real friend. But I didn't understand that because when I was younger, I had such a big heart, a forgiving heart, and I just want to see the best in people. Second strike. I'm in Harlem, and remember the birthday girl, Monique, her aunt owns a restaurant. She owns an African restaurant, and y'all know, well, y'all don't know, but I love me some African food. So I just came from getting my nails done with my mom, and I go to the African restaurant and I see Monique behind the counter. I'm like, hey, Monique, hey, I'm with my mother. And I noticed at first, she doesn't look happy to see me at all. Her energy is off. Energy says a lot. Her energy is off. And it's kind of feeling a little bit awkward. But I'm like, hey, girl. And she's like, hey. And so I ordered my food. But here's the thing. Monique and Nikki, you know, we're all friends. But Monique and Nikki been friends for 11 years. So every time Nikki goes to the restaurant and Monique is there, she gets food for free. But when I come to the restaurant, I don't get food for free. And so I noticed that, but I let it slide. So I order my plate. My mother orders her plate. And then I get home and I'm getting ready to eat my food. And my mother looks in the bag and she takes out a piece of bread. And the bread had a footprint mark on it. Like someone had stepped on it. And so not only did Monique, the birthday girl, leave me stranded in the middle of the night after coming out to celebrate her birthday, but when I ordered food at her restaurant, she stepped on the bread and the bread had a footprint on it. She put it in the bag for me to eat. Isn't that horrible? You know, and just thinking back, I don't know why when my mother, you know, took the bread to my attention, I was in denial. I was like, no, it was probably a mistake. You know, maybe she probably just tossed it or maybe she didn't see it. You know, still in denial that people that I cared about could do me so bad. And so that was the second strike. Now, this was the third strike, y'all. This is where it gets crazy. So I'm on my way to Africa. Those who know me know this was a while back, to visit family and whatnot. And so she texts me. I haven't heard from her in weeks, but she texts me before I go to Africa. You know, those friends that always come around when you're about to do something new or when you are about to level up in some way, shape or form, or travel or anything. So she comes around, she texts me, and she texted me before I get to Africa. But after I got to Africa, she didn't see if I landed safely. I was in Africa for almost a month. She didn't even text me while I was in Africa. But when I get back, that's when I hear from her. So that was my last straw. First, I came to your birthday dinner and you left me on the corner at night after I came to celebrate you. Number two, I ordered food from your restaurant and you purposely stepped on bread, left a footprint on my food and wanted me to eat it. And number three, I travel and you only contact me before I travel, but when the plane lands and during my trip in Africa, you couldn't even text me to say how you liking it. Did you land safe? Are you okay? So I was done with her at this point. So when I came back from Africa, I decided to stop answering her. I cut her off. I just stopped replying to her because I felt like she's done too much and she's very shady and conniving. And so I thought that I cut her off in peace, but remind you, Monique is very problematic and she had some kind of unhealthy attachment to me. So Nikki, which is her best friend of 11 years, and Nikki was my friend for like a year and a half at that time. I want to maintain a friendship with Nikki because I really love Nikki. I really care about Nikki. But Monique starts to tell Nikki about me cutting her off. And so my birthday's coming up that March. Because I came back from Africa that December. My birthday came up in March and I'm turning, at the time it was my 19th birthday. I have on a crown, a big cake, you know. I'm looking beautiful. I am expecting all my friends to show up. And for some reason, Nikki texts me like, oh, why didn't you invite Monique to your birthday dinner? I feel that's fake. So at this point, Monique feels so entitled to my life that she is texting me and calling me nonstop, even on Facebook, saying, I know you see my message, because she wants to come to my birthday party. And this is the same girl who did all of these horrible things to me, but she wants to be there at my celebration. I don't think so. I was like, nah, it's slow for us. So I told Nikki, I said, you know what? I don't want her there. Then Nikki started arguing with me about why I don't want Monique there. And I should have known that you can't stay friends with people who are friends with other people who don't like you. Because at the end of the day, I still believed in Nikki. So I invited her to my birthday dinner, and she canceled like damn near the same day. She said she was going out of town. But the whole time she didn't want to come to my birthday dinner because she didn't want to be disloyal to Monique. Monique didn't want her to go. That's why she didn't go. And then it would be times that I would see Nikki at a wedding, and if Monique wasn't there, Nikki would be like, where you at, girl? I want to see you. So Nikki was best friends with Monique, right? And Nikki didn't want to be seen with me or seen associating with me when Monique was around. So this friend that I love, Nikki, I mean, her family was amazing to me. She was amazing to me. You know, I believed in her, but it only took for one person to say one thing about me, to twist the story, for her to no longer be the person she used to be to me, for her to no longer be a real friend, for her to become two-faced, for her to hate me. And, you know, fast forward a few years later, I'm in college and I see Nikki in the hallway and we just walk past each other. You know, we just wound up stopped speaking to each other. We never spoke to each other again. We never discussed why we weren't talking. We never discussed what caused the end of our friendship. But it was all because of a problem that I had with Monique, you know? And I just think that it was sad how that ended over nothing, and how I couldn't even cut Monique off in peace without her ruining the rest of my friendships with other people. So not only did this girl literally put me through hell, but it's like she wouldn't let me leave her life in peace. And if I left her life, then I couldn't be friends with none of her friends, because she made sure that whatever she told them was legit enough for them to turn their back on me. Of course, it probably wasn't all true, but they believed it. And it just goes to show that true friends are going to ask your side of the story before they take anybody else's side. And fast forward to today, like, you know, 2022. This is what Monique does, y'all. Every birthday, I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't invite her to my 19th birthday party that it scarred her for life. But now every birthday, the 21st birthday, the 22nd birthday, the 23rd birthday, she watches my Instagram and clicks on my account from her real page on my birthday, March 19th. On that day, when I'm celebrating my birthday, and it's been about 5 years since the last time we spoke, or 6, on my birthday, she makes sure to visit my Instagram, and she does not follow me. She visits my Instagram and watches my story to see what I'm doing every year, and she has no shame in her game. Most people will watch from a fake page, but this girl watched from her real page. And so it's been so many years, and I'm over that. I did see her in person. It was on 125th Street. I did see her in person, and I just walked by her and she looked and I looked, and that was it. But it just goes to show that friends will backstab you. I was basically left stranded, abandoned on a corner, and basically poisoned, because if you want me to eat something you stepped on, you're basically poisoning me. And I just want to encourage somebody out there throughout this story. When people show you the red flags, when they show you that they don't give a damn about you, that they are not your friend, when they show you that, you better listen the first time and take from this story, because it only gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And this is how people's friends wind up killing them, because they ignored the signs in the beginning, you know. And like people always say, your parents are always right. My mother warned me about this girl. I was like, no, Ma, no, that's my friend. You know, even when I seen the bread stepped on, I was like, no, that's my friend. She wouldn't do that to me. Whole time, what I thought she wasn't doing, she was doing to me. You know, so, and this is another learning lesson. You can't be friends with people who are jealous of you, people who envy you. If they want what you have, you cannot be friends with them. If they want to be you, you cannot be friends with them. If something that you got makes them upset because they don't got it, you cannot be friends with them. So this is my crazy story time. And I'm so blessed to say that I've healed from it, because even though we were close, I got over it, you know. Monique was a friend at the time, but Nikki was who I was really close to. Her sister would make food when I went over her house and stuff like that. And what sucks is that I pursue the friendship with these girls. This is why I don't like, you know, trying to be friends with nobody, because every time I do, you know, it's like, damn you do, damn you don't. But I hope y'all enjoy this story time. Watch who you eat from. You know, if people show you who they are, believe them. And know that you deserve good friends and that you don't have to settle. And that's on period. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I got so much more coming for you guys. I love you guys, and until next time.